Well, g'day fishers, welcome back to our weekly fishing report. Sorry about last week, I was actually driving home from Hervey Bay, so big drive that one. Left at 2:30 a.m, got back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So sorry about no fishing report last week, but the fishing away was pretty good actually, testing out some new skirted lures for this coming marlin season. Keep an eye out on those, some fantastic lures coming. One particular teaser lure raised blue marlin like we shouldn't have had any other lure in the water. Some cool dredges as well, so keep an eye out for that stuff coming for this upcoming season. It's going to be pretty good stuff actually, some really cool lures I haven't seen for a long time. So looking forward to getting that gear into the shop very shortly actually, because marlin season won't be too far away, that's for sure. So what's been happening in Port Stephens this week? Well, I had a mixed bag of weather, mixed bag of swell, but the weekend looks pretty good at this stage. We'll get this southerly out of the road, which is not a bad thing at this time of year. We get those howling nor'easters, and obviously it rolls that water over on the inshore reefs, makes it pretty cold, and also makes it hard to get out there for a fish as well. So welcome southerlies aren't too bad, at least once a week, that's for sure. Now, in the estuary this week, some cracking fish caught this week. We'll put some photos up on our socials, but plenty of good flatties around, some absolute corking flatties getting around. Tilligary Creek absolutely on fire. Paul sent me a photo of a really nice fish that he caught on a hard body in less than a metre of water, 81 centimetres. So some really good fish getting up in the shallows, right at the back of Tilligary. Hence, we haven't had much rain, so salinity-wise, you get right up the back there, and there's some really nice flatties up amongst the racks there. We've got some bigger tides this week as well, so work that incoming tide and the start of the run out, but get your lures right up in the shallows. That's definitely the key to it. Whether it's plastics or whether it is definitely hard bodies will be the go, that's for sure. So some good flatties up the Tilligary, that is definite. Karura system as well, some flatties and some mulloway up that part of the world as well. So definitely worth a shot for a few mulloway at the moment. I know there's been some nice fish caught during the week. Paul from Fishport Stephens Estuary Charters took out a local, Jason, and they got some really nice dewies during the week. So definitely worth a shot on the mulloway if you're keen on doing that this weekend. Estuary will be good for that, definitely. Jack Hammond, Shimano Pro Angler, doing pretty well as on the dewies, vibing them at the moment. So some really good vibes coming out at the moment. Those new squid trexes in those smaller sizes doing really well on the mulloway, and also the snapper as well. They've been cleaning up on the snapper, basically in the bay, some shallow water snapper, not big fish, 1 to 2 kilos, but those newer squid treks are doing well on some snapper inside the bay. So I think they're a little bit of a bycatch, but definitely worth a shot at the moment. Some bream further up the estuary as well, starting to hit those surface lures. Likewise, the whiting starting to hit the surface lures as well. So if you're keen on doing that, surface lure fishing this time of year is really good fun. That water is spiked just enough for those surface lures start to really get into action there. The bigger tides, the whiting are going to be right up hard against those mangroves. So throw those surface lures in between the pockets of the mangroves along the flats there, especially at Taylor's Beach, and you should get a few nice whiting. If you're not keen on the surface luring, then live worms or live nippers will be the go. We've got plenty of live worms in stock this weekend if you're keen on chasing a few whiting in the estuary. Now the squid has showed up, which is good news. So plenty of arrow squid inside the bay at the moment. There's been arrow squid along Nelson Bay Beach, also around Shoal Bay on the wharf there as well, a few cuttlefish mixed in. So smaller jigs, smaller jigs have just cleaned off the rack there. Those little 1.5, 1.8s and 2.2s seem to be doing the job on the squid, especially Yemen sheeters. So doing a great job on those squid there. So if you're keen on doing that at the moment. In the bay itself, well, back towards the breakwall there, young KO, he has been, on fire this week. He's a local little legend, that kid. He nailed a really nice dew. I think it was just over a metre one night, and then came into store yesterday. We've got the new Bait Junkie prawns on the wall. Went down straight off the wall and caught us, I think it was a 75 centimetre flatty straight up. So that kid can fish, that's for sure. So well done to KO, catching some really nice fish. As amongst that, the dew, the flathead, he's also been getting kingies off the breakwall as well. Lots of rats off the breakwall. There are some few bigger fish there, but lots of rats off the breakwall at the moment. So bay on fire. The beaches and rocks this week have been a little bit slow. We had an impulsive swell there during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, which sort of came up all of a sudden, but that's a good thing. Give a stir up on the rocks. The water is cool, obviously those northerlies. I think it'd be worth a snapper fish this weekend, especially after that swell. It's going to jack up with this southerly again. So maybe later Saturday into Sunday, worth a shot at a snapper off the rocks. That southern side of Fingal down through Boulder Bay is always worth a go for reds. And so too, Boat Harbour through to Fisherman's, definitely worth a shot at a snapper off the rocks. A few drummer about as well, so worth a shot doing that. Taylor and salmon. Now off the beaches, water's been cold. There have been a few whiting on the beaches. Fingal, unfortunately, still got a little bit of redweed. Samurai was clear during the week. Look, some good gutters down there. And as for Berube Down, there's some great gutters down there at the moment. So worth a look on the beaches once that swell subsides. I think Sunday is going to be the better day for the beaches at this point in time. Now, in the offshore scene, some really, really good snapper around at the moment. Spoke to Brad off Pacific Blue, sent me a photo, which we'll throw up on our social media. 9 kilo red caught on Thursday. So an absolute cracking red caught. Few trag, he said, although there's a bit of uphill current, water is cold. So you're going to have to work for them. I think you'll have to work pretty hard. But I think it'd be worth a shot this weekend around the Sisters, North Island, Cod Rock, all that shallow ground for snapper this weekend would be worth a shot. The easting face of Little Island would be worth a go, throwing a bait in there at first light, unweighted bait, and also obviously out the front of Fingal there around the bombies there. Back down to Boat Harbour, that shallow ground through there be worth a fish as well, especially if the northerly kicks around on Sunday afternoon. Fish that late afternoon down there. Either plastics or a burley trail, you should get a few reds down that way as well. Now the fads are out. The 2 fads east of Port Stephens, about 13 miles. Get the coordinates off the fisheries website. There has been dolphin fish there, but they're being sporadic, and that's because of the water. 1 minute the water's good, 1 minute it's not. Typically this time of year, can't guarantee on it. But I did hear there was a couple of dolphin fish there. Maybe after this southerly it might pick up. I know the Fat Off Foster's had some really nice dolphin fish. They've been getting that East Australian current a little bit better than what we have. So some good ones there. So good signs of some big dollies, and it's always that first push of East Australian current that pushes down, creates some dolphin fish action, that's for sure. Bit of current on the edge of the shelf. If you're keen on a marlin fish, might be worth a striped marlin fish out there at the moment, but there is a bit of current pushing down hill at the moment, so it is a little bit early, but you never know your luck. Don't forget the rally for the wind farm over, or against the wind farm I should say, over at the Mile there next on this Saturday, actually the 18th. So if you're keen on getting over the other side and support that, we had a big crew from the Mile Coast come over and visit us for our rally. Definitely worth supporting their rally over there on this Saturday. So details you can find on Facebook and places like that at the moment. Anyway, that's it for this week. Back into the action. Enjoy your weekend. I think it's going to be a cracker.